Hi, I'm Mark Emerson, creator of AlgebraVictory. This video is called an Introduction to AlgebraVictory for students and their parents. I'm going to speak directly to the students. We're going to talk about four things in this video. What's the purpose of AlgebraVictory? The prerequisite quiz, your responsibilities as my student, and something for you to wonder about. All right, so what is the purpose of the AlgebraVictory course? In other words, how will it help you? Well, there are actually two purposes. One is primary, one is secondary. Now, the word primary means first, and secondary means second, but usually, or often, primary is more important than secondary. First, I'll mention the secondary purpose. The secondary purpose of AlgebraVictory is for the STEM fields. Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, spelled STEM. If you're going to go into one of those fields, obviously you need algebra. Most people know that. That's the secondary purpose. Now, before we talk about the primary purpose, I need to ask you a question, because the primary purpose is for most everybody. Here's my question. Are you aware that you have thoughts in your mind? Let's do a little check. We're going to take 5 seconds and close our eyes and just take a look inside at your own mind. Close your eyes gently. And now just observe. Do you observe any thoughts? And now gently open your eyes. Did you observe a thought, or maybe two? Well, if you're like most people, you did. In fact, I'm going to tell you something. You're going to be thinking thoughts for the rest of your existence. So you have two choices about how you think. We know you're thinking thoughts, and you have a choice about how you think. In fact, there's two choices, which I'm going to explain to you right now. And you're the only one that can make the choice. The first choice is you can think how other people tell you to think. Those other people might be relatives, friends, teachers, news reporters, actors, sports figures, singers, politicians, doctors, psychologists, attorneys, advertisers, big companies advertising on TV, characters in movies, characters in video games, anybody else. Choice number two, you can think for yourself. Now, the primary purpose of AlgebraVictory is for people who make choice number two. Because in AlgebraVictory, I'm going to teach you how to think for yourself. That's my job, to teach you to think for yourself. And how am I going to do that? How on earth am I going to teach you to think for yourself? By teaching you algebra. And how will that do it? Because the algebra is absolutely true. Now, I'm going to teach you, I'm not going to just expect you to believe that algebra is true. I'm going to teach you step by step, by step, by step, by step. And you're going to see that it's true. Now, if I don't want you to believe the algebra is true because I said so, then you would be thinking the way I told you to think. No, nor because it says so in a book or something you read online. That's not how I want you to think about the truth of the algebra. I want you to get to the point where you look at it and you go, oh my God, I get it. I get it. Yeah, I see. Yeah, it's definitely true. I know it. Wow. Then you own it. Then it's yours. Then you are thinking for yourself. That's the goal. Not because I said so, because you think for yourself. All right, so that's the primary purpose of AlgebraVictory. Are you interested in learning to think for yourself? So let's talk about the prerequisite quiz now. Before you enroll, you have to pass the prerequisite quiz, and it covers arithmetic, but arithmetic has two parts. Basic arithmetic and advanced arithmetic. And the quiz is only going to cover basic arithmetic. What's basic arithmetic? The whole numbers. You need to know what the whole numbers are and how to write them. And you need to know how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide them. You need to know long division with both, with and without remainders. And you also need to know the multiplication table by heart. So if you see 7 times 8, you can't just go, let's see, 7 times 8, 56. No, that's not fast enough. It needs to be 7 times 8, 56. You need to know it by heart. Why? Because when you're doing algebra, you're going to be doing thousands and thousands of problems like that. And if it takes you so long, you're going to get bogged down. You won't have time to learn the algebra because you'll be too busy fumbling, counting on your fingers. Advanced arithmetic is not on the quiz. And what's that? That's fractions and decimals. And why is it not on the quiz? Because I'm going to teach you fractions and decimals in the AlgebraVictory course. So if you already know the basic arithmetic, you're ready to go. I don't care if you're 9 years old, that's fine. The quiz also covers elementary grammar of English or whatever language you speak. All you have to know is what a verb is and what a complete sentence is. Now you have to pass the quiz before you enroll, but if you fail, you can take it again and again. But you have to wait a few hours, and each time you take it, the questions will be a little different. Also, if you believe in prayer, then pray before you take the quiz. Pray to have a clear mind and to get the answers right. All right, so now the next part is your responsibilities as my student. There are 2 responsibilities I want to talk about here. And parents, I want you to please observe and help your kids with this. First, I want your full attention when you're doing AlgebraVictory. That means I want you wide awake and well nourished, no empty stomachs growling. It also means if you get tired during a lesson, you've been on the lesson, you've been fine for an hour, and then you start yawning and you start getting a little tired, stop. Just stop the lesson and go do something else, take a nap or do something else. Come back later, come back the next day and finish the lesson. Second, you must do all the work. That means you need to do all 75 lessons. It's a lot of work. You've got to watch all the videos of me as your teacher, and there's a lot of them. You have to do all the problems and take all the exams. But you can go at your own speed. So if you want to go really fast, if you're really smart and think, I'm going to do this really fast, you might be able to get through the whole algebra course in a couple of months. Or if you want to go really slowly, you might take a couple of years. I think most people will take somewhere between 8 and 9 months to get through the course. But that's up to you. Now, it's going to be well worth your time and energy and hard work, because what's going to happen is as you learn the algebra, you're going to discover that your mind is maturing. Your mind is going to be changing. You're going to be transforming into a better person. You're going to become more self-confident, and like I said, you're going to learn to think for yourself. So, one more thing, something for you to wonder about. The way that I'm going to teach algebra to you and teach you to think for yourself, we can think of it as we're exploring the truth of mathematics, and the truth of mathematics we can see is organized like into a building with 4 floors. We call it the Math Truth Building, and it has 4 floors: first floor, second floor, third floor, fourth floor. And I'm going to tell you the names of the floors. The name of the top floor is Informal Mathematics, and AlgebraVictory is here. We're going to spend the entire course, all 75 lessons, up here on the 4th floor. I'll tell you the names of the other 3 floors just to plant the seeds of curiosity in you for later on, later courses. The 3rd floor is called Formal Mathematics, and the 2nd floor is called Set Theory, and the bottom floor is called Logic. Okay, I'm done. So, are you ready to take the prerequisite quiz? Go for it, good luck, and I will see you in lesson 1.